Welcome to the Vernon Hills Update. The update offers information about a variety of village services. You'll meet a few of your neighbors and you'll find out about upcoming events. On today's show, we'll get a sneak peek at what's planned for this year's summer celebration, which runs from July 17th through the 20th at Century Park. We'll stop by the Motorsport Mondays on Milwaukee car show, a monthly opportunity to view some terrific vehicles as you support the community. We'll check in with the organizers of this year's French Market, an open-air market that comes to the Vernon Hills Metro Station each Saturday morning through September. We'll learn about the lineup for this year's free Arbor Theater concert series, as well as find out how your organization can get involved in the village's 4th of July parade. We'll stop by Countryside Fire for some important reminders for keeping our families safe this summer. We'll meet the village's new Assistant Village Manager, Joe Carey, who is also responsible for community development here in Vernon Hills. And we'll enjoy some of the sights of this year's Village Charity Luncheon, which benefited the Alzheimer's Association. If you have comments or suggestions, please contact Mike Storto at 847-918-3560 or email Mike S. at vhills.org. Thank you for tuning in to the Vernon Hills Update.
Well, we are at what we consider the summer celebration grounds, getting ready for summer celebration. We're with Kathy Zerillo. She's a co-chair for the Summer Celebration Volunteer Committee, and what a heck of a job that is. You guys got quite a group that works almost all year round to make our big fun, right?
That's right, all year round.
And if you need help on that ever, is that something you'd always be looking for help?
We're always looking for help, or at least suggestions from people on changes we could make.
Yeah. And then your co-chair is Joe Hoffman, correct?
Joe Hoffman, he's the co-chair, runs the beer tent.
He runs the beer tent. He got out of doing this interview, so you owe Kathy here. So, and as far as I know when it comes time for summer celebration, I should tell you it's July 17th through the 20th here in Century Park. It does take a few volunteers those days too. If somebody wants to get involved, you've got a sign-up process that's pretty easy.
Yes, on the village webpage, we have a summer celebration page, and you can go on there and you can sign up to volunteer for ticket sales, beer sales, checking IDs. We probably need about 150 volunteers for the 4 days, and that's also where you can see our lineup. Yeah, there's a lot of information on that page.
Yeah, there's a lot of information: shuttle buses, parking, if you need, handicap accessibility. All that's on there. And let's talk about that lineup for a minute. Now, I know you're still finalizing things, so we can't be 100% on everything, and everything is always subject to change. But we start on Thursday the 17th, and there will be fireworks?
There will be fireworks. We do have an opening band. We don't have their contracts, so we don't want to say anything until we actually know. And then on Friday night we have opening Modern Day Romeos, followed by Mike and Joe, and they may actually do a mix set. They work together a lot. So
I think they were here before, and it was a real favorite for the crowd.
Mike and Joe have been here before. Modern Day Romeos is going to be a second time. Last year they were rained out, so we decided to bring them back and give them a shot because they do a great show. So,
and then Saturday it says The Farm and Sister Hazel. Now Mike and I did a little checking on Sister Hazel, and we actually knew some of the songs. So if Google it and you'll know them. I won't make you sing them, Kathy.
I don't even know one of their songs. Well, my son does. He's pretty excited about it.
That's going to be a good one.
And The Farm is a country western up and coming band. So hopefully they'll do well.
Something for everybody. And then Sunday, it says Kaleidoscope Eyes. So that's something, I assume it's like Beatle-ish.
It is a Beatles cover band. They've played around a few of the venues here, Oktoberfest. They were awesome, so we're bringing them back. Our Sunday is going to be like a family fun day. We have the bags tournament. We're going to have a car show in the morning.
Run from the Cops still going to happen?
Run from the Cops is still going to happen.
So a lot going
Petting zoo, children's activities, tons of fun things.
That's a good place to check the website to see what's happening every day.
Yes.
Same thing with, I know know Windy City Rides being back, and a lot of times they have deals, so you want to look ahead and see the
Right, you want to check there to make sure. I know last year we had a coupon that you could use towards the event. So
And food. There'll be a big area, so we don't have to cook those days, right?
no cooking. There should be between 14 and 16 food vendors out here selling their wares.
Yeah, and also other things like the Park District, SRA, CLC, all these groups come in. It's always a real community event here.
It is, and we have a lot of support from the village, the public works, the police department, the Park District's great. You know, they give us their grounds to use, so we have a lot of internal support.
For sure, and talking about that too, there's corporate support. I know you guys have some supporters out there in our corporate community that are just amazing.
They are. I mean, I can't give you a list off the top of my head, but I can tell you, you know, CDW is really good with supporting our event. Rust-Oleum does a great job. American Hotel Registry. You know, those are three that I can think off the top of my head. A to Z Entertainment. They're not in the village, but they live in the village, and they're very supportive of this event as well.
So if somebody wants to find out more how to help with, say, ticket sales, or my corporation wants to get involved, or somehow be part of this, check the website or give a call to the Village Hall, because they'll hook you up.
Either one, the website or calling into the Village Hall. Someone will answer. They'll direct it to one of us, and someone will get back with you.
Well, thank you for all your work on this. If you want to know more, go to the website. We're talking July 17th through the 20th. Mark it on your calendar, and thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Well, we are out here on the very first Motorsports Mondays on Milwaukee. It's a cruise night. It's a car show. It's a wonderful thing. This is the second year we're doing this. We're with the brain children. The brain children? Yes. Sure. Behind this great idea. We're with Santos Rodriguez and Dan Mead, and they have been car buffs going way back. And this,
Right.
so this is a job that's really out of passion, your passion for cars and your passion for the community, and your second year.
Absolutely. This is our second year. We're very, very excited. Last year was a complete success. Like you said, we are car guys, and we like to give back to the community that we work in. We want to make this a fantastic event for Vernon Hills. You know, they have a lot of great events in this town, such as Summer Celebration and Oktoberfest, and just something to add to the fact that this is such a great community.
When you talk about it, second year, last year, I know the weather, it seemed like it kind of worked against you, yet you still had great crowds come out. You had lots of cars, and you collected a lot of good things. You tell us about the food drive you do.
Over the June, July, August cruise nights, we collected non-perishable food. So during that time, we actually collected about 600 pounds of food that we donated to our local food pantries.
Okay. And that went to the Libertyville and Vernon Township Food Pantry.
Vernon Township and the Libertyville Township Food Pantry.
And you also collected coats. Let's talk about that's because you don't like pay money to come. You give from the heart if you've got canned goods or something like that. So you also collected coats a couple times.
Yes, this is a 100% charitable event. There's no money involved. We collected coats for Operation Stand Down, which the Vernon Hills Police Department is a huge part in. Every year they take place. They take part of that. And we collected over 100 coats last year that was donated to homeless veterans.
Okay, and now, like you said, that's something that's near and dear to the Vernon Hills PD because you've got so many people that came through the service there.
Yes, absolutely. And in October, they take all those coats, they go to Waukegan, and homeless veterans get to try them on and get to pick coats, you know, so they can have for the winter.
Huge effort, huge effort. So that's how you get in here. You don't come in and pay like some $25 donation fee. You come if you have a can of peas, great. If you got a case of peas, better. If you got a coat, wonderful, or you can just show up, right?
Exactly. Yeah, there's no cost for this. It's all free. It's basically just hanging out with a bunch of guys or girls that are car guys.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the name of the game is.
Well, and when you talk about that, so you can come by here and watch Motorsports Mondays. It's the third Monday of the month?
Every month, yes. The third Monday of every month all the way through September.
5:30 to 8:30 at the near the Sears Auto Center. So Sears is one of your big sponsors, too. They've been a really good partner on this.
They've been excellent. If it wasn't for them, we couldn't have it here. The location is perfect, right off of Route 21. We also have Estrada Customs, Ernie's Wrecker Service, Ernie's Convenience Store. We have A&Z Rental out here playing good music, and we have Al's Pizza Italia out here serving food.
Okay, so you can eat, you can dance, you can watch the cars. What if I have now Motorsport? I know you told me last year. It's not just cars, trucks, anything with wheels, and you're welcoming that way if somebody wanted to show off what they got.
Right. If somebody's got a newer model, Mustang, Camaro, Challenger, they can bring them in. If somebody's got a import vehicle that they've hot rodded out, that's welcome. Nissan, Toyota, it's pretty much, if it's a performance-based vehicle, it's welcome here. If it's an old hot rod, it's welcome. I mean, pretty much anything except for boats. We don't deal with boats here.
Yeah, that's what you told me last time. I said even if I had a good trailer, you didn't want to see the boat. But yeah, so and it's not, you guys aren't snooty about that. You'd rather have more the merrier because it doesn't cost anything to be a part of the show, right?
Correct. The more people that come, the better time we have, and the more donations we get.
Yeah, exactly. So if somebody has a car, they can just show up on Motorsport Monday. They don't have to like sign up or anything like that.
It's come as you are. Just show up. If you gotta come from work, we don't care if you're dirty. Just show up
And bring the kids. I know there's a lot of kids around here too,
right.
so.
Right. It's all family oriented. We want everybody to show up.
Okay, excellent. So if somebody wants to help you guys out, I know there's a lot of information on the website. You can remind yourself of what days it is, where this is at Sears, out in the parking lot of Westfield Hawthorne. And if somebody wanted to help you out, sponsors or prizes or anything like that, are you guys open to that?
Right. Shoot us a message on Facebook at Motorsports Monday in Milwaukee, and either I'll call you back, Dan will call you back. Volunteers are welcome. We encourage the help. We encourage the sponsorship. The more the merrier, and the better this will get over the years.
Well, thank you guys, because I know this is a labor of love for you guys and for your families and for your friends who help you out as well. And thank you to all your sponsors. It's going to be a great year, and we're hoping for great weather every Motorsport Monday. How about that? So
Thank you very much, and thank you to the village. Appreciate it.
take care. Thank you. We're here with one of the sponsors of Motorsports Monday on Milwaukee, Howard Wallach of A to Z Entertainment. Yeah, now you're a guy that's around town. You like to give back to the community. And how did you get hooked up with this, and how is this important to you?
You know, as a dad, as a resident, I like to be a part of the community. It makes me feel good that I can provide the soundtrack, if you will.
Yeah, and this is a great soundtrack. I know as it gets nicer, you get kids, you get families, you get people dancing around. It's a great place to be.
Oh yeah, I think this is the place on a Monday night.
Yeah, I was going to say, so it's a place that we encourage everybody, including kids and dads, come out and see Howard and the cars. It should be a great time. Thank you for doing this.
Top Dog says, come out to Hawthorne Mall.
Very good, thanks. Okay, who are you and what is this fantastic car here?
I'm Jeremy from Black Dog Speed Shop, and this is our 1965 Chevy Impala.
Okay, did you guys like do all this? Because this looks really fancy.
We did most of it. We bought the car mostly restored, and then we did all the suspension work in-house, and chassis work, and then all the motor work, transmission work, and all that stuff.
Where are you guys out of?
We're in Lincolnshire, just across the border at Bond and Aptekissick, right by the emissions testing facility that everybody knows and loves.
So I'm sure the emissions testing guys like to hear that kind of noise coming out of a car.
Yeah, none of them chased us off the street yet, so.
Very good. Thank you. Thanks for coming to the show.
No problem.
We're with Mr. David Dehart. Here's one of our car enthusiasts here. You're from around here, right? You're from Mundelein?
I live in Mundelein now, but I was born and raised in the South.
Okay, so but you're a Lake County guy now.
Right.
Now you said you came to this show a couple times last year, and you're here at the first one. Great show, right?
It's going to be a great show. The weather cooperates with us.
Now tell me, you got a Tell me about your car. Tell me the year and why it's so important.
It's a 1964 Dodge, custom 880. 64 was kind of a special year to me. First of all, I got married in 64. I turned 21 in 64, was able to vote for the first time, and I owned a 64 Dodge when I got married. Okay. So that's the reason I always wanted that car back.
It was a good year, right?
Very good for me.
Very good.
Yeah, very good year.
So this isn't your original, but you got one back now, so you're good to go.
Right, I'm good to go.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for coming to the show. Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Well, last year was the debut of our village's first French market, and we're coming back again for the second year. We want to tell you all about it. We're with Leslie Cahill of Bensadoun Corporation, as well as our own Karen Duffley, who's been a vendor and wants to tell us about how great this is going to be. So thanks for taking the time, ladies. I know it's still a little cold out here when we're taping, but we hope that it's going to warm up so that when this this French market hits, we're good to go. Now tell us first a little bit about your company and what you do around the area.
Sure. I'm with Bensadoun USA, and we've been here in Illinois since 1997. And we come into communities and help them open up markets for their public enjoyment. And we are very big into helping small businesses grow. Our French markets are a little bit different from a farmer's market because we do work with products other than traditional produce. You'll see produce, bread, cheeses, flowers at the market, but we also work with small business people that source products. They may get a beef jerky from one person, and they may get honey from another person. So it may not be the actual producer, but these are small business people that have a passion for what they're doing. They want locally sourced products, and they want to bring it to your community. And Vernon Hills is such a great town. We know we're just going into the second year, and you know we're in the building process, but we know it's a great community, and there are great resources here, and we're really looking forward to another season.
Yeah, so the first season was last year, and it's at the Metro Station on Saturdays. What are the hours?
8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay, so you stop at the Metro Station on Saturdays up through September, and that's the place to be. Now, you were a vendor last year, so I know this is something that you have a passion for. You know the people that have been coming to work there as vendors, and you know the people that were patronizing. Tell us why this is so important to you.
Well, not only as a vendor, but as a resident. I've been a resident of Vernon Hills for 20 years. I begged Leslie to come into our community because we need something like this. I love shopping at this kind of a market as a consumer. I just because it's social, you see different products, and then as a vendor, well, for me personally, I get to see people I know, which is fun. But it's a nice community. You get to see different people, and it's a nice relaxed atmosphere. People bring their dogs, their kids. You don't get to shop that way at the mall.
No, that's the truth. And when you go back to that local aspect of it too, so when you talk about people who are small businesses and local businesses, so you'd like to see more people come out. Can you help them understand what to do if they want to get involved?
Yes, absolutely. We host vendor recruitment and information sessions throughout the year. So we're hosting one currently, and we'll probably do another one in the future. But we like to help small businesses understand this is what you need to get into a market. If anybody has an interest in this, we'll flash information on the screen later on so you can get in touch with me. But I can help you register your business, tell you what you need to do to come out to market. We really want to encourage people to have a vision and a dream and don't know where to get started. We would love for you to come out and bring your product to the market. We really, truly want this to be a local market.
Okay, it is like kind of a great first step for something. And you're not just in Vernon Hills. You've got markets all over the place.
Yes, we have 15 locations this year. So we're as far south as New Lenox. We're as far west as Geneva. We have a market at Nettle Horse School in the city. We're way up here. We're in Skokie Old Orchard. So we do have markets all over. Every single one is unique. Every community deserves a great market with local merchants. So we're very excited here to have the opportunity in Vernon Hills.
Well, let's go back to our market experience last year. I know you said it's like, you see people you get to know the vendors, you kind of got your guy for this and your girl for this. As a vendor, who do you want to, I know you want to encourage people to get involved.
Oh, the vendor-wise,
exactly.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. What's really nice about this kind of a market, as Leslie had mentioned, it's not just for the farmers with typical produce and everything, which is always wonderful, and that's kind of the anchor. But so you maybe a bakery, flowers, direct sellers such as myself, and then also the community involvement with this. Maybe the scouts will come out and do a fundraiser, or there's all sorts of ways that you wouldn't think of necessarily. This is a great resource for the town to come in and just get involved with fundraising needs. Just getting their word out. Maybe if the sports club wants to do a sign up, all sorts of different things that you wouldn't think of in a regular farmers market. It's just basically this could be our community, go to in the summer. That's why I'm passionate about it. That's why I'm excited about it. I truly want it to work. And it's a blend of getting enough vendors in and enough customers in and keeping that balance going, which is always a challenge. That's why we're encouraging people to keep coming out. Just come out, and because the vendors will change each week. There will be some that will stay full-time, and then there will be part-time vendors, which is also nice too. Okay. And as a vendor, that's really nice as well, because you don't have to commit to the whole season.
Okay. So that isn't just because of the seasonal nature of whatever they're selling. It's like they commit to a shorter stint to try it out, or even just if they're new to the whole business of the whole thing?
Yes, we take part-time and full-time vendors. A lot of times a product that isn't perishable, you're not going to come and buy it every week, so it makes sense for a vendor to come once a month to the market, so that works out really well. And another thing Karen made me think of was we love to hear local musicians play. Okay. So if anyone has a talent and they would love to bring it to the market, we have some dates that are already booked, but we would love to have people come out and play music, for your own people in your own town. Would be
just
great.
A place to hang around then, right?
Exactly. Well, that's the idea, grab a cup of coffee. We're looking for a coffee vendor right now. So put that out there. Yes, we're looking for someone to do coffee. But that's that's kind of the idea. You want the vision of, to come and have a cup of coffee, maybe bring your dog and, grab your, corn when it ever gets warm enough to have it.
Think about that right now, isn't it? I'm thinking so. But so, yeah, it's something that we really, and we do as a community, we need to support this. We need to get in a habit. At least if you put it on your calendar to stop once or twice during the course of the year, makes a huge difference in how this goes. So, and this is at the Metro station on Route 45. So if people want more information, I know there's going to be information on the website. They're going to see posters around town. And if they want to know about how to get linked up, they can check in with you.
Absolutely. They can reach me at summer markets at spcglobal.net, and they can look us up on www.bensadunusa.com, and this will be showing later on. And I hope we're going to show a little clip of that as well. Okay?
Yeah, excellent. So thank you. Thanks for your time. Good luck with the market. Let's start showing up on Saturdays from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. Come early, come often.
Yes, that's right. Bring your friends, bring your family.
Exactly. And bring your ideas. If you've got a small business, something you want to launch, might be just the place for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing the work you're doing. We appreciate it, and we will see you on Saturdays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it is exciting to know that summer is upon us, and we're here with Lisa Fishbeck, who knows a lot about the events that go on at this village during the summer, and we've got a list of them, as always. And let's start out right away, Lisa, with Arbor Theater concerts, and I understand they're coming back again.
We have 5 concerts this year. Our first one will start on June 26th with Spoken For. We've got Johnny Rustler and the Beach Bum Band, Generation, Rhythm Rockets, and the Hillbilly Rockstars this year. So a variety of all sorts of music for everybody. The concerts are on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. and the Arbor Theater is located at 50 Fairway Drive, just north of the athletic complex. So the concerts are free, and we encourage people to bring their blankets and lawn chairs and enjoy the evening.
And it's very family friendly. I mean, people bring their kids. The kids dance around. You know, it's not a button-down concert. It's a fun family affair.
Oh yeah, the kids can get up and dance. The families can get up and dance. It's just a very enjoyable evening.
Okay, and is that usually Thursday evenings? Is that correct?
On Thursday evenings, yes, at 7 p.m.
Now, if there's a rain problem, and I know you post that on the website, but do you still have access to other facilities that you move the concert?
Right, we move the concerts over to the Sullivan Center at 635 Aspen Drive. The Park District is very accommodating in case of rain.
Okay, excellent. So rain or shine, Thursday nights, free. That's the best kind of date night there is for the whole family. So excellent. And I was just going to check though, no movies though, all songs.
No movies this year. No movies this year. Just 5 concerts.
Okay, excellent. That'll be great. Let's talk about 4th of July. 4th of July is on a Friday this year. That will make it a very festive weekend. And I assume that you're hard at work getting that parade ready to go.
Yes, our volunteers are meeting on a regular basis now, and we've got lined up 5 marching units. We even have bagpipes this year, which I'm quite proud of. Also, we have the horses coming back with McCrae Farms, which are just fabulous. The parade is on July 4th, which is a Friday, and it starts at 9 a.m. over at the Atrium Drive and Deer Pass subdivision. If you'd like to participate in the parade, please go onto our website at www.vernonhills.org and register for the parade. There is no time limit. If you wait until the last minute, you may be at the end of the parade, but it's all about having fun. So we will take anybody, and we'll get you in the parade.
And it's free. It's not like there's some kind of registration.
No, there is no registration or anything. It's just a wonderful community parade.
Yeah, starting at 9 o'clock. Deer Path will be closed, so remember that when you're traveling. When you talk about the bands and the things like that, I know you always have to look to the community for help on that as well, because all these kids have to stay someplace, so you've still got all that support from the community on that.
Oh, the Hawthorne District 73 is fabulous in supporting us with the marching units that come in. They allow us to house the students that come in at the in the gyms and in the music rooms. So we can't extend enough appreciation to District 73 and also to the Park District. They have really come out in force in the past couple of years. They are supporting us with the entertainment in the evening with the Big Fun Band at the Park District, and they also support us with one of the marching units during the parade. So a huge thank you to the Park District and District 73.
Huge community effort. Well, let's talk about before the fireworks, which are at dusk, and they go off from Century Park. But are you going to have? You said you're going to have a band over there too?
Right. The Park District is sponsoring the Big Fun Band, which will start from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. in the park, and then the fireworks will be at 9:30 and usually last about 20-25 minutes, and then after that it's time to go home and relax.
It's been a long day, especially for your volunteers. And I know, as you said, your volunteers have been working on this a lot. And during the parade, they're lining people up and they're back and forth in the carts and things like that. Is that something you could ever use help with if somebody was interested?
Oh, absolutely. We have a parade committee of probably 9 individuals who are fantastic. And some have been with us on the parade committee for like 17 years. So they've definitely got the experience. We do need help on the 4th of July, lining up the parade route, getting everything set up and directing people into right locations. So if you're interested in volunteering on July 4th, please give me a call. My number is on the screen, and we will be more than happy to put you to work.
You know how to incorporate people into a team, so you'll get them in there. Well, we had one more thing we wanted to talk about, and that was kind of the parade etiquette. We have so many veterans, people who've served in this town, and I know the flag when it comes through, especially that first Honor Guard flag, it's a very important piece of the parade. And can you remind people what the etiquette really is to honor the flag?
To show respect to our flag, please stand when the flag comes through. At least for the initial honor guard, there are many flags in the parade, but for the initial honor guard, the respectful thing to do is to stand and remove your hat. And there are a lot of veterans out there, including myself, who would appreciate it.
Yeah, very simple, and it's something that we don't always think about, so it's important to think about. It's a fun day, but let's show our respect at the beginning. So, well, that's 4th of July. You've got other things coming up even before that, the Vernon Hills pageant. We're going to have a whole group of young ladies who are going to be competing coming up at the Sullivan Center. And Saturday, June 21st at 1 o'clock at Sullivan. So but that's open to the public, right?
Oh, the pageant is standing room only almost. Cassie Horvath and Hannah Black, who are our pageant coordinators, do an absolutely fabulous job. They coordinate this starting early February, getting all the applications and getting the young ladies all ready to go, getting the interviews, lining up the Sullivan Center, and just taking the bull by the horns and going. The pageant is very successful, and it is literally standing room only. There is that much participation in the community with the pageant, and we really encourage people to go over and see it. If you're not doing anything on June 21st at 1 o'clock, over at the Sullivan Center is our pageant.
And it will be on Channel 4 too, so you can always enjoy it after.
Oh, absolutely. And our queens get very involved in the community during the year that they are crowned, I should say. They participate in many activities and events that not only what the village does, but if the fire department needs them, or the park district, or even events at the mall, the school district, or if you'd like to have the queens present, just give us a call. We'd be more than happy to have some representation there.
And they're very big on service projects. In fact, when you come over to the Sullivan Center to watch the pageant on the 21st, they probably will have a book drive or a canned food drive or something going on. We'll have to see what it is by that time. But the girls kind of come up with that plan on their own. So they are into service all the way through. And thank you to our volunteers on that. Now, here's another thing for service, food drives. You are the person that really can connect people if they've got an interest in helping. You know how to get things done.
Right. We do all year round, we collect for the annual food drive. For the Vernon Township and the Libertyville Township offices, we have a barrel in our lobby if you would like to collect food and non-perishable items and bring them over. You can also drop them off at the police department or Public Works, and we will make sure that they get over to the township office. If you have a large organization and you'd like to collect food and you want us to pick it up, just give me a call. We can arrange for that. The food drive is not just for the holiday seasons. There are people out there that suffer and need our help all year round. So if you want to do a food drive and need assistance getting the collection points, just give me a call, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
Yeah, that's the handy part. If everybody brings a little something and then you got the truck to come over and pick it up, it makes it nice. One more thing before we go. You are also Garage Sale Central. You are the queen of that. So, and I know that we finally are getting the warm weather. I would imagine that the site is really picking up. Tell people what they can do if they're trying to have a sale.
Well, Garage Sale Central is something I created probably about 6 years ago, and it has culminated into a pretty decent thing. You can send me your information go to our website, and you can click on my email address and send me your information. I just need to know the location, the date and the time, and a list of items that you're going to sell, and we will post it on our website under Garage Sale Central, and we also broadcast it out to over 2,500 residents and organizations that are signed up on our broadcast email. So you're getting a very wide disbursement of your garage sale. We will post community garage sales, and if you provide us information like through the homeowners association, we can create a map for your community garage sale and post it on the website as well. And we will broadcast it out. So once again, www.vernonhills.org, Garage Sale Central.
It's free. I mean, what more? You do the work on it. It's free, so it's a great thing to do. Well, thank you for all the work you and all the volunteers at the various events committees are doing. So thank you for all you've got ready for us this summer. We'll be at the Arbor Theater. We'll be all over. So thank you.
On the 4th.
Yeah, exactly. See you on the 4th. Thank you so much.
All right.
Well, we are over at Countryside Fire Protection District on Deer Path Drive. We're in front of a gorgeous white trailer with Fireman Tony Rodkey. And tell us about this smoke trailer. This has been around. You've had it at the school. Some of the kids know about it. What's going on here?
The smoke trailer is a Lake County resource that we're able to access and utilize in the schools, specifically with the 4th graders, and help remind them the importance of smoke alarms, escape plans, and hands-on learning and knowing how to touch a door to see if it's hot, what microwaves they're capable of, how to put a fire out on the stove with the lid, how to be careful around the fireplace.
So this thing really, you actually create situations in there.
Yes, we do, and eventually they have to escape, and they've learned to escape a smoke-filled room by crawling.
Remember, that's the key, to stay low, right?
Stay low and go, or fall and crawl.
Okay, say that one more time.
Fall and crawl.
Okay, excellent. Let's all remember that. And you always say, have an escape plan ready. Don't wait till there's an emergency and have a couple ways out of your house.
Absolutely, and the point is, the escape plan, you'll know what to do and where to go.
Okay. That's important for everybody of all ages, whether you got kids, no kids, the whole thing, right?
The escape plan is something we do in school. and the public buildings where you work, and you should have a plan at home.
Well, thank you for bringing all those messages and the smoke trailer into our school. Well, even though it's cold out today as we're taping, grilling season theoretically is upon us and hopefully will be. I know that's a topic between the fire pits and the grills and the things like that. You guys have some safety messages for us there too.
Yes, with grilling, all grilling, we want to make sure we're at least 10 feet away from the house and we're on a surface such as concrete, brick pavers. We don't want to be on a wooden deck or a wooden balcony. We want to make sure we have the lid available. In case a fire flares up, you can put the lid on it and smother the fire. So please make sure that you're grilling on a safe surface, far enough away from the house, and have the lid available.
And you always have taught me about safe zones. You like to keep the kids and the pets.
Well, you got to keep an eye on making sure that the kids aren't going to be sneaking up on you when you're handling something very hot, as well as the pets, large dogs, for instance, that could get too close and possibly knock over those grills that have the 3 legs on them, the tripod legs.
Well, another thought too, as it gets warm, we're out in the yards more, we're doing more work. Eventually, it's probably going to get hot because that's what happens. We go from terribly cold winters to terribly hot summers. You have a concern already. You want to put the word out on heat exhaustion.
Yes, with that heat coming, and I know we've already had some really warm days, hydrate. Heat cramps are caused by dehydration. Heat exhaustion, you're out mowing the grass on a hot day or doing some laborious work. You start sweating profusely. Heat exhaustion can set in, and then at worst, heat stroke, it's when our body stops actually cooling, and that's life-threatening. So we want to be sure to hydrate, stay cool, take breaks, get in the shade periodically, and if that occurs, please call 911. To help avoid this and learn more, you could go to one of our first aid classes that are offered every other month. Check our website, countrysidefire.com.
Well, those first aid classes are a great idea. Now, too, you do CPR as well, and CPR is a little bit different, much easier than it used to be years and years ago. That's another thing people can learn.
It is much easier. In fact, we're teaching it at the 8th grade level in the schools, in the high school, and any adults. So younger adults, adolescents, can take the class as well.
Okay, so and that's or something if you wanted to do at your organization, it's something that's really important to do. And I know you've got one of the things you like to say, it kind of goes back to the fire pits and all that again, is you don't like us to use gas. That's been a big, to start a fire. That's been one of the things I've seen it on the flagpoles and different slogans you've got around. That's something you're really pushing this year.
That's right. There is a national Stop Gas Fires campaign that we've been part of for the past couple of years, and we want to say that gasoline and fire never mix. Children learn from what parents do. So if they're seeing mom and dad using gasoline to start up their little fire pit or to grill, it's very dangerous, first of all, and it's something that should not be done.
Okay, so end of story. No questions there. That's just how it is. Also, you've got something coming up. We get out on the water. We're next to the water. We're in boating and things like that. You've got something coming up that's boater safety. You said you're going to do. Is this something new?
This is something new. A partnership with the Lake County Forest Preserve. You can call 847-968-3411 to register for the class. Will be held on Saturday, June 28th. It is that boating season time. Everybody wants to get out on the lakes, enjoy the day, the water, and if you're in a boat, this would be a great class, and it's free.
Oh, okay. We like free stuff, and you always say, too, make sure you've got flotation devices. It doesn't matter how shallow or how deep the water is.
Anyone under the age of 16 is required to wear a PFD, personal flotation device, a life jacket, essentially, but we recommend everybody wear them.
Makes sense. A lot of good tips so far. Now, I know before we end, this June, as we lead up to 4th of July, is a time when some people like to make the run for the border and they buy fireworks, which I know there's legalities to it, but there's health risks. Can we talk a little bit about the sparklers and things?
Sparklers and any fireworks in the state of Illinois, very dangerous and also illegal. Leave it to the professionals. We have a great fireworks display on the 4th of July weekend here in Vernon Hills, summer celebration a couple weeks later, but there's many burns that come out of fireworks. Sparklers burn at 1,700 degrees, and we're handing them off to young children to wave around. 1,700 degrees, instant burn. Please Do not play with fireworks. Leave it to the professionals.
Well, when you think 1,700 degrees, I couldn't get my oven to go that hot. But yet, you know, like you said, we're handing it to kids. So we'll leave that to the professionals. Now, a lot of things coming up. Summer's busy, and you always say if you think you need help, whether it's a health problem, fire problem, whatever you think, you always say you'd rather be out there to check it out.
That's right. When in doubt, call 911. If you're asking the question, should I call? Pick up the phone and dial 911, Lynn.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for your time and your help. Thank you for being around in the community with your smoke trailer and with your teaching. If people want more, there's a lot more on the website.
Absolutely. www.countrysidefire.com.
Well, we are here at the Village Hall with another good neighbor to know. He's a face you'll probably come across as you're working here over at the Village Hall or around town. We're with Joe Carey. He's our relatively new Director of Community Development and Assistant Village Manager. So a formal welcome to you from the Update audience, Joe. And when did you start here at Vernon Hills?
I started here on April 4th.
Okay, so you've been here a little bit then, so you're getting your feet wet. Now we're going to talk a little bit about what your tasks are in a few minutes, but let's talk about where you came from. Is this your first stint in government type work, or where were you before this?
No, just prior to working for Vernon Hills, I was the assistant village manager with the village of Elk Grove.
Okay, and how big is Elk Grove compared to us? I mean, is that a lot bigger? Is that a lot more industrial, or is it kind of on the same par?
You know, it's a comparable size. The one big difference with Elk Grove is Elk Grove had approximately a 5 square mile business park.
Okay, so, and that's where we've got, you know, business, we've got retail, we've got an interesting mix. And prior to that, like, where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? Are you from Illinois? What's your story?
Well, you know, I moved around quite a bit growing up. I originally was living in upstate New York and went to high school and college in Wisconsin. I actually attended UW La Crosse and then went to grad school at Northern Illinois University.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of people from both those schools who are viewers, so they'll give you a big hoorah on that. So, and then, so you've been in government. That was kind of your passion all the way through, I would assume. And how did you, when you started looking at Vernon Hills, we always like to hear what we're like to the outside. What was it that drew you here? What's kind of different about us or good about us, I guess?
Well, you know, it's a great community. It's both to live and to work. They got a phenomenal retail base, as well as great schools, great community overall. So it's something that I was extremely attracted to the community because of those, as well as the really professional staff and the long-tenured board members.
Yeah, I was going to say, we do have a whole team over here that's been here quite a while. And as you might remember, Mike Allison retired toward the beginning of the year. John Kilmar moved into his position, and this is where Joe comes in. So that's how that shifting happened, in case you missed earlier update episodes. So, and let's talk a little bit about, as the assistant village manager, there's tasks you oversee, and then one of your busiest titles, I suppose, would have to be the community development director, because things seem to be moving and shaking around here right now.
Oh, absolutely. We've got a number of projects in the works right now. We have a public hearing for before the Planning and Zoning Commission on May 28th for the Menards property. That's going to be the Greg's Landing North, as well as a number of other activities and buildings. The mall renovation is obviously a huge one.
Yeah, I was going to say, coming into that mall renovation, that's been in the works for a long time. So you're coming in when we're finally seeing stuff come out of the ground. So it's got to be kind of exciting. And as far as Menards, I know you said public hearing at the end of May. And as people watch this, if they want to know more about any of these things, I know you fill the website with information, but people can always get a hold of you and talk to you. I mean, is that the sort of thing that if they want to hear what's going on, or if they're a business and they want to come into town, you're the guy, right?
Oh, absolutely. The door's always open, the phone's always available. I'm more than happy to communicate with residents, businesses. I mean, you know, my job here is to serve the community, and that's both for potential businesses coming in, as well as existing, as well as the residents.
Excellent. Well, we know there's a lot going on. We'll come back and talk to you again as things progress. We'll get an update on all these things. And thank you for being part of the team. We appreciate you being here. Welcome. And if you have any questions for Joe or his staff, make sure you ask them, because they're here to let you know what's going on. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll close this edition of the Vernon Hills Update with a look back at some of the sites from the Village's 9th annual charity luncheon to support the Alzheimer's Association. If you have comments or suggestions, please contact Mike Stordo at 847-918-3560 or email mikes@vhills.org. Thank you for tuning in to the Vernon Hills Update.